Welcome back. Ramos lighting up for the women. The first round was exceptional. Round two's been no different. Carissa Moore about to take on Paige Hareb and what should be a really good barrel fest. Paige Hareb, of course, back at the Founders Cup, did some of the best backhand tube riding that we saw at the event. Carissa Moore hasn't been past the quarterfinals in a championship tour event this season, but hasn't missed the quarterfinals either, so she's in a pretty good position. But she definitely wants to get herself some big championship tour points. That's a good way to start. And she, much like Lakey Peterson in that last heat, just seems to have speed on tap and really tearing her board through some deep carves on that first wave.
It's just that body placement and the way she weights and unweights with her front and back foot and just the head and shoulders. It's all just so sequential and beautiful as we see her wind up through this one. Head and shoulder just snap through all of that and a swivel of the hips. So Carissa, I love that. From the get-go, that first wave, that opening exchange, it really gives us a snapshot into the mindset. And Carissa is here to party. She's laying down beautiful rail work. And even on a wave that kind of fattens out, she doesn't get too far out on the open face. She stays in that critical section, which is so important to do. It's important to do. Just make those subtle adjustments and improve.
Already looking for another solid score. Carissa loads up the speed, kicks the tail, doesn't disengage the fins that she would have the way she would have liked. So she actually takes a fall, but we're just over 24 minutes in a good position.
That bit of space in this lineup and get 9 waves. That can play into her favor for the rest of the event. As we see Carissa, she went loony on this wave, a lot of spray. And again, just keeping it fresh.
Paige Hareb now looking to get herself into the heat. A couple of nice hooks off the top. Swinging that board around. And also finding a little finish there on the inside. Wants to ride clear of that foam, let the judges know she's got that control on that final turn. Carissa's going to hold a real advantage over Paige here. Is just the variety she's able to show on the forehand.
Yeah, we saw some great backhand surfing in round 1 from the ladies. And, you know, this wave never really stood up for Paige to really attack the lip. It kind of sloped off every time it seemed like it was going to offer a critical section. So Paige, you know, just getting kind of comfortable out here. I'm sure she's going to want a wave that's going to offer her something a bit more critical.
But I thought Paige represented herself so well and her country in the world team at the Founders Cup, getting a victory there. She had a 5.4 on her first wave, so Carissa now trying to drop a 6 to extend her lead. Just flowing through this ride. Anything on that wave that kind of got your attention?
Bit repetitive with the carving maneuver, but that's all the kind of wave had to offer. But you've also got to think about this, the way that she linked it together with that speed and that flow. I mean, no one does that move better than Carissa. And like I said, not much opportunity to mix it up when that wave flattened out, but I think she just wants to kind of move towards those bigger scores like Lakey did in the previous heat. Just get those reps and have the opportunity to start opening her surfing up.
I think she's learning to sort of let those losses go, and I think it's working in her favor. It's allowing her to be a little bit more freed up in these earlier rounds. Paige taking off there, chasing down a 7.43 to get herself into the lead. Missed the final series yet, still an opportunity in the quarters of the Margaret River event to chase down a big result from stop 3 as well here in Bali. But here we go, she's taking off, trying to get rid of a 6-point ride here. Nice big carve to get started. Transitioning through to the inside, whips a little 360 on the whitewater there, doesn't quite ride out. But just showing just some of that creativity that she possesses. Still holding one of the more impressive heat score averages. Obviously, Steph Gilmore's sitting on top, but let's have a look at this ride. It didn't really kind of wall up for her the way she wanted it to.
Yeah, definitely. Used her priority on this wave, even through the little 3-0 in there. But you look at the good scores that Carissa has in her scoreline. She's by no means put it out of reach for Paige Hareb. It's just such a thing of beauty and definitely going to have a hand in the world title this year.
Here goes Paige Hareb, looking for that 7.43. I think fully aware that she's got to really put it on the line here against Carissa Moore. As a result, it's adding some risk to those turns, and she went a little too upside down on that last move. For Tatiana, she's in third place on the ratings. Courtney serving in her first event this season, as we see Carissa lay it all on the line, but Courtney could really shake things up, and I think in Tatiana's mind, that's a hard hurdle to overcome.
She still wants to kind of turn the screws on Paige.
Well, Paige Hareb used her priority on this wave, so she wants to make it count. Draws off the bottom. Beautiful big floating re-entry, but just that one turn, but it was a solid hit. She gets something like that done on the outside, finds some room to move down the line.
Well, Paige just putting on the speed to get to the section and attacks it, and we know that that is coming down with a lot of force. It's just hitting that inside reef. There's a lot of water to contend with, and Paige eyes off the section on her backhand. You see her just wait and bide her time and really get low so she could brace for impact as she comes down over her board, keeps that low center of gravity just to ride out through this white water. So great attacking approach from Paige. If she had just had 2 maneuvers before that closing one.
Carissa with a big opportunity now. There's one of those vertical hits, gets the fins above the coping. They can't reconnect with the wall of the wave, so now she goes into chasing priority mode.
It is oftentimes just one of those things where another surfer just has the rhythm in their favor, and I think Paige has kind of fell victim to that. Let's see if she can get it done here.
Well, she grabs that rail, looks to stuff herself in the tube there. The wave was shutting down, though. We kind of had a feeling it wasn't going to be a quality ride, because even though it was a good size, Carissa Moore had priority at the back. She didn't even look at it, really. Using her priority for this one, trying to get rid of a 6. Has really been trying to work on those vertical snaps. Loading up some speed once again, has a little ramp here on the inside. She's going to swing her board into a reverse. Doesn't quite ride clear of the foam, so that move will be deemed incomplete.
That's it, just warming up as she goes along. Good to see her just release those fins, get that progression, used her priority on this wave. There was a moment where I thought that she was going to come undone on that maneuver, and it would have been, the 3rd time that we've seen it. So completes it, sticks it, and stays on her board. And then, like you mentioned, just telescoping down the line and just throws the board above the lip, goes for the air reverse, doesn't quite ride out of it, but still, it's a glimpse of what this lady has in her back pocket.
Well, one of her big goals for 2018 was to bring a more innovative approach and really start to push her turns above the lip. She's been trying that this heat. Paige has an opportunity here. She needs a 7.43. Carissa unable to up the requirement on that last wave.
Every time I watch Paige paddle into a wave, I'm just holding my breath, just hoping that it kind of stands up for her. But that wave just bumbled into open water and never gave her that opportunity to get vertical, to do anything really. So,
well, a tough one there for Paige Hareb. Her 5th straight round 2 exit.